One. Oh, good. We are live. You welcome to this live event, this online presentation. My name is Pat Ogidi, and I hope you are well. You are doing well there, all right? Wherever you're watching from, you're welcome to this online presentation. Today, I'll be here with the man I've come to know as the Watermelon Millionaire, all right? And we are going to be going straight to the point to show you what the reason exactly you're here, how a young boy of about 24 years was able to do 4.5 million naira in 70 to 81 days, cultivating watermelon, not the way you've known it before, but a very new and unique way, right? Doing it in a new revolutionized way. So today I'll be on here with my good friend Mr. Jerry White. I should just put him on cam so that he can say hello, hi. Yeah, Mr. Jerry.
Yeah, hello everybody. Welcome to this online presentation.
Good to have you, Jerry. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
This is one of the many Income Ignite series, right? And the good thing is today we are talking agriculture, not just agriculture, but agriculture in a new revolutionized way. Okay, you do yourself the biggest good thing today by just paying attention, all right? And a few things you need to know in the course of this training is that one, if for any time, okay, right now you should make sure your whatever device you're watching the presentation from, is the only thing using your internet access right now, because if you tend to share your internet access a whole lot, it might impede on the smooth running of this event, of this training for you. We don't want that to happen, right? Okay. What you need to do in any case you lose access to this presentation is to just refresh and it will bring you back from where you stopped. It's as simple as that. Okay, just to kick things up, wherever you're watching, just put the name of your where you're watching from on the box, on the chat box, right? Put it on the chat box there. My name is Jerry. I'm watching from Ogba, Lagos. My name is Jude, joining from Atlanta in USA. My name is Shei Shobayo from Kenya, or wherever. Just put in the name there so that we'll know where you're actually watching from. Once again, you're welcome to this online presentation. And right now, okay, I think first of all we should just come on cam like this, so we don't look like robots, right? Come on cam with a live microphone and let you know that these are real guys. These are guys broadcasting live to you, and not some robots or some program stuff. So on that note, I would like to switch over to the switch over to the slides and get the business of the day started. Remember, this is going to be the shortest event we have ever. We don't really want to keep it long, waste all your time and talk, keep repeating one thing and over again. We just want to go straight to the point and teach you exactly what you need to know. What do you need to know? How to cultivate and run this watermelon without farming. We call it smart watermelon business. Smart watermelon business without touching cutlass or hoe. Believe me, if at the end of the event, you have any reason to touch cutlass or hoe, come back to us, we'll pay you for your time. How awesome is that? Isn't that awesome? If you think it's awesome, let me know at the chat box. Why I switch over to the slide and get the business of the day started real good. Okay, I just want to get your feedback from the chat there. Drop it there. If you have any question, another thing is, if you have any question, make sure you put it right on the chat there so that we will take them. Even if you don't take them in the course of the event, we will be taking them. We'll be training them towards the end of the event. But in any case, we do not have the chance of taking them. You will get a reply in your email at the end of the day. Just believe me, we'll do our best to go straight to the point and give you what you should know. Let me know on the chat box if it is well for you, if the video is well for you, if you can hear us loud and clear. If you can hear us loud and clear, that's awesome. Just sit back, grab a bottle of water or whatever you drink, and then enjoy the event. While I switch over to the slide right now. Okay, let me know if you can see my slide. If you can see my slide, just drop it at the chat box. Just tell me, yeah, I can see your slide, Mr. Pat. Just put it there. I can see your slide, Mr. Pat, and let me know I'm not just talking and off. Wonderful. I think a couple of yes. Good. Thank you. All right. Okay. I think I just have to go ahead now and get straight to the point. Profit big from watermelon business without touching the cutlass or hoe. How awesome is that? And as you can see on the screen, we have the picture of a cutlass, we have the picture of a hoe, all marked out X, marked in X, meaning we do not need them both for this trade, for this for this business. We do not need them because we are going to be profiting big from this system, these strategies. Mr. Jerry will be dropping for you today, without touching the cutlass. And that's exactly how a 24-year-old Unibank graduate, right, resigned from his security job and pulled in over 4.5 million naira within 70 to 80 days using a new smart watermelon business strategy without touching any cutlass. Okay, our goal in this presentation is nothing other than to show you something awesome. Like, our goal at the end of the day is, when you leave this event, oh my God, this is the best event I've ever attended. I'm not just stopping at that, but pushing you into action and helping you, give you the step-by-step plans, steps on what you need to do to get your own watermelon farm in the next 70 to 80 days. All right, that's our goal. And if you stay to the end, you are going to be we're going to be helping you achieve that goal. We can help you, if you just watch midway and then you get off. No. But if you get to the end and get every nitty gritty involved in this business, then you would be in a better position to to take on this business as time goes on. So if you stay to the end, we are going to be making you a promise. Apart from all the things we'll be teaching you, if you stay to the end, as a bonus, we are going to be giving you Jerry is going to be dropping a tip that will help you solve one big problem that has discouraged people from going into agriculture generally, not just watermelon farm this time, agriculture generally. And what is that problem? The problem of how to access lands in your area. Problem of how to access lands in your area, not just how to access lands, but not just how to access land. Let's say you're staying in Calabar, how to access land in Lagos. No, you're staying in Calabar, how to access land in Calabar. You are staying in Jamaica, how to access land in Jamaica. Wherever you are staying, how to access land. These are tips. Land at a very cheap rate. And how much cheap is that? A hectare for 5,000 naira. And if you know, a hectare is about 13 to 15 plots, depending on your area. Hectare. So if you can get a hectare to even start with, that's good for you. All right. Plus the contact details of the particular office to visit in your state, plus the simple brain drop strategy to follow to ensure you are not turned down. All right, this has always been a problem for a lot of persons who want to go into agriculture, how to access lands. But no, here, if you watch the energy, Jerry is going to be demystifying that for you. That's actually an extra bonus on how to get a land for your agriculture purposes for 5,000 naira per hectare. How awesome is that? If you think that's awesome, let me hear at the chat box. Let me see you drop that chat box if you think that's awesome. If you think helping you get rid of the biggest problem we have in agriculture, which is actually how to access land, if you think you always want to watch the end and get this get that extra bonus, let me hear that at the chat box while I continue. All right. Another thing I think you should also be mindful of is try to eliminate every form of distractions. Yeah, they are all there, like our TV, our radio, our everything, especially when you want to do something serious, something that's bound to revolutionize and change your life for good. You see these things rearing their head, popping their head from nowhere. But then the onus is on you to say, no, I am not going to let this distract me from this lifetime opportunity. So what I urge you to do right now is turn off your cell phones. I've done that to mine. Turn off your cell phone. You can just turn them off or put them on silent, not even vibration, so that you don't just put them face down. Turn off your cell phone, shut down Facebook or Twitter. No, these two platforms are great platforms, but the truth is, now is not the best time to use them. Just turn them off, Yeah, turn off your TV. Yeah, TV is a very good one, but then turn it off for now and focus on the training. You also want to grab a pen and paper and then do some jotting. Jot, voraciously. Write down, especially your questions, points that will be dropping, everything. What mistake people make, they don't drop. They don't have anything, to refer to fall back to at the end of the day. All right. And then pay rapt attention, 100%. So if you do these things right, then there should be no problem. Okay. What makes this event different? What makes it different? It is different because it is being handled by two doers, not two theorists. Two guys that believes more in practicality, right? Jerry is a practical farmer, like he's a practical new generation smart farmer, not some just write books or talk about it online and stuff. No, he does this insidely, like he has a farm in Benin City, and stuff. I'll be taking you through all these as time goes. That's what makes the event difficult, different. And we're not rookies in the game. We've been we've been around for a long time. And that's the Jerry, that'll be taking you through this watermelon business teaching in a while, in a short time from now. And that's my humble self, Pat Ogidi. All right, with my big head. All right. Okay. But Ogidi, a bit about myself. I won't really make this a very long one. I'm an internetpreneur. As you can see, I'm actually lying, sleeping on my laptop, but then somehow money is to come in. So that's the power of the internet. I'm an internet person, a business strategist, an email marketing specialist, what have you. The grand commander of the mini importation businesses in Africa. This is what people refer me to. Not just me calling myself. No, I'm not in the league of calling myself's name. The likes of Ronald Ikenna-Nzimora, one of the big heavyweights, the best copywriter in Africa. Called me that on Facebook one time. The same thing from Olaide Alim, all right, and a whole lot of others. Okay, and then Internet Marketer of the Year 2014, won the Internet Marketing of the Year award 2014. The news were everywhere, Silverbird channels everywhere, right? Has coached over 50,000 students. I mean, when I say 50,000, I'm only trying to be modest. I don't want to overblow it, but actually, I should have over 180,000 people listen from me and learn from me, all right? But I know I've coached over 50,000 persons scattered across the world. Okay, the trainings I've had, I mean, the physical trainings I've had, this is what they all look like. I mean, live trainings, not free trainings. Now, these are paid trainings people attend. This is what they all always look like, right? These are different trainings, and that's me there speaking. All right. I've imported, I also do mini importation business, and I teach that as well. And I've imported over 50 million naira worth of goods, and I've done over 150 million naira in profits. Okay, that's just a bit about me. And this is what my office looks like on a good day. When imported items come in, this is what the office looks like. I mean, shabby, but then it could be very shabby for the right reason, right? Okay, good. Above all, I'm a father to a wonderful daughter, Jadel Mona Chimsu, and then that's my wife there, the most adorable and best wifey I've ever known in my life. And somebody would say, you've known how many wives have you known? All right. My point is, I have a family, and then I've done a lot of things right. Yeah, I'm a human, and at the same time, I've done a lot of things go wrong. And bottom line at the end of the day is that more people have benefited from the good side, saving them tons and tons of money. And that's the reason you are here, because definitely Jerry has also done a lot of things wrong. He'll be sharing his story, but briefly, right? But then he's not going to be telling you those things he did wrong so that you self will go and do them wrong. No, he's going to be telling you the lessons he learned from doing some things wrong, that brought him good results, so that you just jump straight to the results and boom, instead of wasting your time and then having to go through the same mistakes he went through, right? Okay, then who the heck is Jerry White? I will do the introduction before I take the battle over to him, right? Jerry White Obamuji is one dry guy I've known for over 10 years right now. He used to be a teacher in all these private secondary schools in Benin, and he was taking 7,000 naira. And then I know that this guy has something in him. I said, guy, why would you be telling your God that, God, why did you give me this? God, you made a mistake by creating me. I mean, it gave you a good height. You can speak, at least can speak English, even though you have a very deep Benin accent, but then you can speak English. Why not make use of your brain? All right. I challenged him. We've been friends. And then all of a sudden he started, realizing that he has more on his head, than what he gives and what he take home. 7,000. That's what he was taking. Yeah, I'm very, very sure. In one primary school, secondary school in Benin, then I think he was a student or preparing for school then, and then he was combining both. But then he was underutilizing his God-given potentials. Jerry White Obamoji. All right. But then he's turned out to be an online smart marketer, a smart farmer who started the smart lazy man farming without last innovation 5 years ago, right? 4 to 5 years ago, really. And today, he's the CEO of Fastlane Farms, Benin City, Edo State, and that's around Sapele Road. If you know Sapele Road very well, that's where his farm is. And we'll be telling you maybe there might be somehow a way you can maybe visit or something, but just pay attention and hear from him directly. All right, Fastlane Farms. I keep wondering why Fastlane, and he tells me Fastlane because not that usual old boring way of doing it. Wonderful. All right. That is a rough picture of sometimes in his farm. Don't worry, that's not his tractor, that's not his machine. You don't even need to buy this. Nobody needs to buy this. As a matter of fact, if you can afford it, don't buy it. You have no reason to buy it, and Jerry will tell you all that today. All right. He has delivered over 50 keynote lectures in churches, universities, and conferences. And my problem with him is when he goes to churches to deliver lectures, they give him honorarium. I tell him, this boy, what's wrong with you? All right. When Basket Mouth or one comedian goes to talk on these places, they give them big envelope, they give them money, they sit down and talk. This is how much I'm going to charge. But then when you go, they give you honorarium and say your reward will be in heaven. No. I challenge him. He started talking to the financial committee first before he goes. How awesome is that? Okay, he's been doing a lot of trainings in and around the country, and that's one of them. I think this was early this year or so, and then you can see the watermelon in front of the table there, telling you that that's exactly what he's talking about as well. Okay, he has hosted over 9 physical trainings. Yeah, 9 physical trainings, lots in Lagos, different parts of the country, and then raised over 500 agro millionaires, people, organizations, cooperatives who have cumulatively done over 900 million naira in outputs in the past 4 to 5 years. All right. And these are some of the screenshots of people that have benefited from him, and students, followers, and the likes. All right. Then the big question right now is, going into agriculture really worth it? Is going into watermelon business farming really worth it? What is your answer? I don't know about you, but this guy on the screen is a very controversial governor. I love him, right? Aregbesola, I don't believe in most of the things he says, but then he said something the other time that caught the attention of the media. He said, forget your university certificate, go back to farm. Why did he say so? Because he knows farming is the new blood money. All right. Thank you, Aregbesola, for letting us know. Then on independent, on Daily Trust newspaper, which is also a very widely read newspaper in our country, in Nigeria here. There was a news headline at that time that said, farm mechanization forcing me out of business. And who said that? A blacksmith. And the reason was because people no longer come to make hoes and knives. People now have revolutionized their farming. I think, Jerry, you should be responsible for this. Don't let this man catch you. All right. Then the Vanguard said Vanguard had the news the other time. I said Nigeria should embrace farming as a profitable business. And why I take this news, article so serious is that it's coming from a Denmark official, a Denmark consulate general in Lagos, meaning these guys almost have everything there, right? But then they also know that there's future in agriculture, encouraging people to go into agriculture. Now, the big question is, making up to 4.5 million naira from agriculture, from watermelon business within 70 to 85 days. Is it possible? Do you think it's something realizable? Do you think we'll be just blowing hot and cold or something? Is it really possible? Well, I must be frank with you. There are 2 ways to achieve that, really. Okay, it's actually possible or not. It's possible and at the same time not possible. But then there are 2 ways to achieve that. And what are these 2 ways? One of them is doing it the old grandpa had boring way, like that man doing it on the picture. Look at his face. I mean, he's trying to water the crops and stuff. This is one way to do that. All right. Another way is the new way, which involves the new no touching, no cutlass or whole revolutionary way. I mean, in these two options now, which one do you go for? Right? The old grandpa's way and the new way, no touching, cutlass or whole way. Which one do you go for? I think your reply, your response. Okay, let me see. Let me get a couple of them. Just type them in the chat box there. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Okay. As expected, though. Okay, right now I'll be handing the baton over to Jerry White to continue with the training. But before I do that, and this is also a news article from Daily Independent, Lagos. It said, Nigeria wants mechanized, not whole, cutlass farming methods. Akaneme. What does this tell us? It tells us that the 2 questions I asked the other time, youths will always go for mechanized. I don't know whether a youth or an old man. I think if you still teach my father how to use that machines to do farming, he will prefer that than going to the farm with hoe and stuff. All right. So what we'll do next is to let Jerry tell us how to now go about this mechanized kind of farming, not just any kind of farming, but watermelon farming. And let me tell you the truth. We're just using watermelon as a case study. The strategies we'll be dropping here today, you can actually apply to any other crop. Any other crop. I think it's best to tell you that directly. So, Mr. Jerry, I think you should just
all right.
Your slide should be on right now, so you can just go straight to the point. We don't need your face. Just let us see your slide, and then
if you can see my slide, please just let me know. All right. Just like Mr. Patrick has rightly said, when I started Heart newly, I almost screwed things up. All right, because I did it the whole boring way. And this hard way involves me getting access to very little piece of land, as little as 1 acre of land, because I was not having the information that I need to source for larger expanse of land. And also, because of the fact that I was not exposed to using of machines to carry out my farming operations, I did all the manual work myself. I will have to begin to do all the tilling, the land preparations, and every other stuff myself. And it got to a point that I almost gave up. All right. And another challenge I also had when I carry out my farming operations the hard way was that because I was not exposed to using scientific methods to carry out the farming operations, insects and pests will always come up to eat up the crops. And the last challenge I had again, carrying out my farming operations the hard way, was that I will harvest the fruits, and it was always after harvesting that I will begin to source for markets to sell my produce. All of these things were the challenge that I encountered when I started Heart newly. And you know, the result was not something that I could boast of. It was challenging at a point I almost gave up. All right, because it was only by the grace of God that I was able to manage to recoup my investment after my initial time in this business, because I could barely make something reasonable from the business. But those were some 5 years ago, and not anymore. Before I discovered the revolutionary watermelon business without touching cutlass or old strategy. All right. And do you really want the way that does not require you to lose money and time? And do you seriously want it for real? No, it doesn't require you to lose money like I did in the past. Waste time, do it on try and luck stuff. In the past 4 years, myself and my students have sold over 7 figures of watermelon produce every season. And this time, we did not have to do any form of try your luck like I did when I first started out some 5 years ago. All right, this is a clear example of what I'm trying to tell you about my farm. This farm was about 25 days old. You know, this picture you are seeing here on the screen was one of our farm, the other side of Sapele Road, which is along Kopasakmamba Road when you are heading towards that old Bini Abaka Road. You could see that on this farm, we have not used anything like cutlass or hoe on this farm. We only carry out the land preparations, we planted, and we applied our herbicide to take care of the weeds, and that's what you are seeing there. All right, and this is what the farm looks like when it was 35 days old to 45 days old. You could see the balls were already in place, and the growth rate and the production rate was already in view. All right, and this is what it looks like for you to set up your farm correctly, and for you to have a very nice production. You could see how big these balls are. Will it still baffle you if I tell you my goals for this year are going to be financed from the profit from this business? Yes, my goals for this year, they are going to be financed solely from the profit I'll be making from this my smart farming business. All right. You and I know, just like every other normal human being, I've got many goals for this year. All right, and I know, and many of these goals, but there are two top priorities I want to see achieved in this year. And the first one is to get married. Yes, I want to get married and leave the bachelorhood level. I'm just so sick and tired of being a bachelor. All right, when a man is overdue for marriage, he's not referred to as bachelor, he's not referred to as bachelor. So I want one of my goal for this year is to see myself living this level. All right, and again, one of the top goals I'm also having for the year is that I want to finish the buildings. One of my buildings, in fact, there are actually 3 buildings. I want to finish one of the buildings. I want to concentrate on one of the buildings that I started some months back and move into it this year. All right, and you and I know that this is going to cost me money. All right. Here is a quick question now. What are your own goals for the year? What are your own goals for the year? Don't tell me you have got no goals for the year. All right. The goals could probably be that, just like me, you want to get married. You want to get married. Maybe you are not married before. You want to get married and leave this bachelorhood or the bachelorhood level and join the club of those married folks. Or it could probably be that you are using a old car and you want to change your old car or to get a new car even. All right. And your goal could also be that you have it in mind to start a new building project. Get a property, start a new building project. Or it could be that you've already started a project and you want to see this project completed this year and move into it. Or it could be that you have been hooked up with a terrible debt that you want to come out of. All right. No, that could probably be your goal for the year. Or you want to send any of your child abroad to school abroad. Why not? What is stopping you from sending them abroad if that is what you wish? You've desired to send them abroad or to even go abroad to go and give birth. Why not? What is stopping you from doing that? All right. Or maybe, no, it's belong, you left the chores of this country. You want to go beyond the chore of this country for a vacations and spend some holidays, maybe across Asia or Europe. What is stopping you? That could probably be your goal. All right. But the fact is that all these goals are going to cost money, right? Me and you, we know. All right. And yet, we both also know that the economy at the moment is not smiling. Yes. The economy at the moment is not smiling. Me and you, we know that. All right. Here is one business that does not understand the word recession. And this business is what I called the lazy man smart farming strategy without touching or using cutlass or any boring crude implements you can think of. All right. The strategy simply works and it has been tested in other various cultivation-based agriculture. Yes, the strategy works so fine. It's not only limited to the watermelon niche. It can be duplicated. It can be used in other various cultivation-based agriculture. All right, and such of other areas where you can also implement this smart watermelon, this smart farming without using cutlass strategy and techniques include. You can use it in plantain cultivation. Yes, you can use it in plantain cultivation without you having to use any boring implement like cutlass. You can use it for tomatoes cultivation production. You can use it for cassava cultivation. You can use it to grow maize. You can use it for okra cultivation, cucumber, watermelon. Even recently, we started also using the same strategy on garden eggs and lettuce, and the result is amazing. Doesn't the strategy only work for me? That could probably be the question that is going through your head right now. Mr. Jerry, this strategy only works for you and it cannot work for others. All right. Nope. Many of my proteges, whom I am even yet to see for the very first time, have successfully started their 7-figure farms with these same strategies that I'm telling you. All right, and the result just works as fine as it is working for me. All right, this is some of those of my numerous hundreds of students that have benefited immensely from this smart farming without cutlass or strategy and cutlass. One of them is Ahmed. Ahmed is actually from a place in Edo State called Afuse. He attended one of our training sometime around 2015, and you could see what he has been able to set up for himself. This is his very first time of venturing into this smart farming without cutlass business, and you could see the result he got for himself. I also have a very proud student from the northern part of Nigeria, Kebbi State. Yes, Obaro. All right, he resided over there, and he was able to use the same strategy. In fact, I have not even met with Obaro. All right, he's just got our materials through online coaching and mentorship. He was able to set for himself this same stuff. All right, so that just goes to shows that this strategy I'm talking about is not only working for me, it is something that is also working for horse of mine students all over the country, southern part, eastern part, northern part, beyond Nigeria and some other African countries. All right, and yet again, one of our students again that is also using this same smart farming without cutlass or home strategy. All right, Mr. Kinuga, you could see the farm he was also able to set up for himself without using cutlass or home. Mr. Kinuga actually attended one of our physical trainings. All right, so hundreds of other successful agro millionaires scattered in and out of the country utilizing the same strategies. All right, so same strategy that all of my students have been using, and it has been working so fine for them. And I can guarantee that if you follow what I will be telling you today, sticking to the instruction I'll be giving to you, it will also work so fine for you. But at this moment, this same strategy is what one of my most outstanding and successful student, Osas, implemented, and he did over 4.5 million naira within a period of 80 days. All right, now let's talk about what Osas did and how and the exact steps it took to achieve this result. We just want to narrow down our teaching during the course of this online presentation to what Osas did to bring in over 4.5 million naira, within these short days. Plus how you too can start implementing the same strategy starting from the next planting season. All right, can we start right now? All right, I could see we are ready. But before I start, I will have to warn that the results you'll be seeing here are not typical. All right, they are not typical. That is, you have to play your part following the instruction that will be given to you, the strategy and the techniques for you to get same result. But I tell you, I will walk you through the systems we are using to get this same result I'm talking about. If you stick with me and stay to the end of this training, please understand that, like I said before, my results are not typical, and the average person who attends any training gets 0 results if you do not stay to the end of this training and follow every instructions that I'll be giving to you. However, I'm happy to show exactly what is working for me and to the rest of my other students for free. So just stay with me and stick with me. All right, if you have got any questions as I'm teaching, just jot them down or drop them down there on the screen, and I will answer them. Shortly. And again, this is not for get rich quick people. All right, it's not for get rich quick people. The work from home business opportunity people, provide help and get help magicians. During the time of MMM and other mutual aid peer-to-peer stuff. But if you stick with me, here is what you need to become a successful, smart, modern day agropreneur. You need land. And I'll tell you to go about getting that land shortly. You need seeds. The type of seed you use determine the type of result you get. All right. If you have tried venturing into this business before, I think you not being successful with it is in the area of what? Seed. Then you also need herbicide. You could see from the very first picture I showed to you on my farm when I said along Opasakomba Road that you could barely see anything like grass or weeds there. We have carefully used herbicide to take care of those weeds. Then fertilizers, yield enhancing chemicals, be it liquid, be it solid. You also need it. Then you need insecticide and pesticide. All right, to get rid of weeds and pests. Then you need a sprayer to apply your herbicide and to apply your treatment chemicals. You could get the manual application kind of sprayer, which is a knapsack sprayer, the one you put on your back, or the motorized sprayer that uses fuel or diesel. All right. So now, very quickly talking about getting land, and there are 2 quick steps in getting land. The very first steps is through the government agency, especially when you are just starting out in this business. I would advise you go with this method. The very first agencies there that have been saddled with the responsibility of assisting Nigerians in getting land to carry out their farming operations is the ROBDA, River Basin Development Authority. Then another government agency again that is also saddled with the responsibility of assisting Nigerians to get land is the Ministry of Agriculture. We have Ministry of Agriculture's offices scattered around the entire state of the federation. Same thing with ROBDA. All right. Most times ROBDA, comprises of 2 states, like you have Benin Owina River Basin Development Authority, like we also have Osun Ogun River Basin Development Authority. All right. And the last one again is the land settlement schemes. But I advise you go with those first 2, which is the ROBDA and the Ministry of Agriculture. You're always guaranteed of getting land for an hectare for 5,000 naira. Then the other method you can also use to get land is the individual community method. As soon as your business begin to pick up, you begin to expand. After doing your 1 hectare, you do 2 hectares, you do 3 hectares. You're not going to think of doing 50 hectares, doing 100 hectares, bringing in other crops like the ones I mentioned before. Then you now be thinking of getting larger expanse of land to carry out the farming operations. Then you can now go with this individual community method. It simply entails you approaching any community at the outskirts of the city and telling them that you want to use their land to carry out farming operations, and they will assist you on that. One of the reasons why this method is good is because it affords the opportunity to scale your agro business. It affords the opportunity to get access to larger hectares of land, and it gives you better control over your farming operations. Now that you have been able to get land, it is not left for us to prepare this land, make this land ready for cultivation and planting. All right. There are 2 methods: the traditional method and the mechanized method. The traditional method entails the old way, using cutlass, getting laborers coming to the farm to clear the place for you. But we're not dwelling on this because this strategy does not fall into our method. But I'm just listing them here in case if you want to go with that method. All right. But the method that we've always used is the mechanized method, since our goal is to ensure that we carry out these farming operations the easiest way possible, the neatest way possible, the cleanest way possible without the use of cutlass. And that entails using of tractor. You don't need to own a tractor. I don't have a tractor. With little amount of money, you can rent a tractor from these same government agencies that are saddled with the responsibility of assisting Nigerians to acquire land for farming operations. Such agencies, like I did listed before, include the ROBDA, the Ministry of Agriculture, and cooperatives. Then we also have agencies like the Fathermans and other agencies. When you approach these people, they can assist you to get land. Just tell them you need land. They'll bring your tractor down. You pay them the price. Then they bring the tractor down to the farm, and they help you bulldoze and till the farm, make it ready before planting. This is a clear example of what a land is like before tilling starts. Then after tilling has taken place mechanically, this is how the farm now looks like. And on this stage now, the land is not ready for planting. Then we can now get seeds to plant. We have different type of planting. We have different kind of planting season, especially for those of us that reside in the eastern part, the western part, and the southern part of Nigeria. We can carry out this planting majorly twice in a year, which is the early planting and the late planting. Since we don't have irrigation system being functional on this southern part, but on the northern part we have functional irrigation system. Farming can always take place almost throughout the year. All right, so for the two major seasons I'm talking about, and we have the early season, which starts from February ending stroke March and April. All right, that is the early planting. Then the late planting season, when the rain is beginning to subside. Watermelon does not thrive too much on heavy rainfall. So when the rain is beginning to subside, that's between the period of August ending to the first and second week of September, which is the second word planting. We cannot carry out our planting. All right, like I said before, the seed you use matters a lot. The seed you use matters a lot. All right, for us, we are using the Cowlac seed variety. The Cowlac is what we are using. The Cowlac plastic is what we are using to carry out our planting. The name of the company is Technisem, and the seed is Cowlac. We have been using this seed. Other seed are in the market, but this is the exact seed that we have been using, and we have been getting amazing results thereafter. Before I continue with this presentation, I want to draw attention to the things you have to pay rapt attention to within your first 15 to 35 days of running this agro business. All right, the things you have to pay attention to, the things you must do the first 15 to 35 days, because this is the formulation stage, the foundation stage, and if you mess things up, then you are not guaranteeing of getting good results. The very first thing you have to pay attention to is monitoring. After planting, from 7 to 14 days, depending on the weather condition, germination will start. All right, you have to monitor the farm closely. Yes, you have to monitor the farm. If the crops are being eaten up by insects, if it is being ravaged with epidemic outbreak, fungi diseases, other type of diseases, then if the crops are growing well, are they yellowing of leaves, are they standing well, all of that, you monitor within these first 7 to 14 days of germination. Then you begin to follow it up with treatment. If the leaves are being eaten with insect and pests, then it is time for us to begin to apply treatment. All right, then treatment is simply a combination of liquid fertilizers and pesticide, insecticide, and fungicide. That is what treatment entails. When you combine these four components together, you get a treatment chemical to carry out your farm. Why do we have to treat? Why treatment? All right. Number one, to prevent and control pests and diseases. Pests and diseases. There are some areas where you plant, cultivate some of these agro crops. After some time, you find out that aphids, grasshoppers, and other insects will come and begin to feed on the leafy part of those crops. If you don't prevent them, if you don't stop them, they will heat up the entire green part of the plant, and there's no way the plant cannot carry out photosynthesis that it needs for growth and for production. So you have to make sure that you treat. All right. Then again, to prevent and control diseases. Since most of these pests and insects are disease-causing agent or disease-carrying agent, so by the time you've stopped them, diseases and other kind of epidemic outbreak becomes reduced. All right. And number two, again, since you'll be missing the foliar fertilizers alongside with the the pesticide and insecticide, then you tend to enhance the growth and boost production. All right. Talking about enhancing growth now and boosting production. All right, that's why I said when I first started out, I was not having all these informations. I have to begin to do try and look, for me to be able to fine-tune this strategy that I'm about revealing to you right now. All right, there was a time we came across a device called a biodisc. We had this, we used that biodisc to bioenergize the water before eventually using that water to mix our treatment and fungicides together. And I tell you, the result was wow. All right, talking about this now, it is a new technology that I discovered. It's not only limited to cultivation-based agriculture alone, even rearing-based agriculture, like those into pig farm, those into poultry farming, those into fish farm. They use it, to bioenergize the water, to make sure the water is having the right energy, to give them a good result. So when we started using this biodisk, and I tell you, things began to turn around for us. We began to realize better production. For instance, in a farm stand where we are expect to get like 5 balls, we began to realize 6 balls, 7 balls, 8 balls. All right. So just for using this device to bioenergize the water we use in applying our treatment. Then the third thing you have to pay attention to again during this time of when the crops are growing is that you have to pay attention to weed control. You have to pay close attention to weed control. In fact, a farm that is being ravaged with grasses and weeds, watermelon is a creeping crop. By the time there are weeds and grasses, the watermelon cannot creep well. If it cannot creep well, production is not in view, is not guaranteed, because it has to run as fast as possible. It has to spread, because most times you end up getting the best fruit from the tail end of each running vines. So if grasses are on the farm, it deprives the watermelon plant from running and spreading out, then there's no way you can have good production. So I'm laying emphasis on this because it is very essential. So what we do is that, like we said, we don't use cutlass, we don't clear, we don't do any of those laborious or strenuous farming practices. What we do is just to use herbicide. Herbicides are simply chemicals for killing weeds. We have different type of herbicide. We have the selective and non-selective herbicide. For selective herbicide, as at now, selective herbicide does not work in this part of the country, part of the world where we have. So we are using non-selective. So since we're using non-selective now, non-selective does not have respect for if whether it is our crop or if whether it is grasses. Anything that is green, non-selective herbicide will always destroy them. So we now devised a method called the cover fleeting. I'll detail about this shortly. The cover fleeting is what we use to carry our farming operations without the use of cutlass and without those non-selective herbicides having effect on the farm. This is a clear example of what I'm talking about here. On the left-hand side of this picture of this image, you can see that the farm was already almost being ravaged with grasses. It was already about 17 days on this left side. All right. So we have to use our method, which is the cover fleeting, to cover fleet this entire farm. And what you're not seeing on the right-hand side is a farm that has not been used on, that only non-selective herbicide has been used on, to take care of the grasses. And you can see how neat it is. On this stage, we don't have to do anything about grass control or weed control again. We just have to leave the farm, continue our treatment until it begins to bring out balls. All right. And after this cover fleeting stage, maturity begins to take place. And on this maturity stage, you begin to experience stuffs like pollinations. That is the transfer of polygrain from the under to the stigma by insects, by pests, by bees, by flies. In fact, on this stage, if you get to the farm, you don't have to worry yourself that why is my farm being affected with insects, bees, and all of that. These are pollinating agents. They help to transfer polygrain from the under to the stigma. In a layman form, it is simply a heart of reproduction. All right. And now that maturity is ongoing, you continue with your treatment. You can lessen the application of the insecticides so that you don't destroy this pollinating agent. Then it begins to grow. Then from 70 days, in fact, from 65 days, there are times you go to the farm, you see some fruit are ripe. You can even begin to take one of them and begin to eat. Have a taste of what the farm is like. Then from 70 days, 71 days, we don't wait for them to get ripe. That's why at times most times we plant our farms, in batches. All right. Then from 70 days, we began to do our harvestings. There are 3 ways you can use to detect if your watermelon fruit is ripe for harvesting. Number 1, the dark greenish color. It changes from very dark greenish color to whitish greenish color. All right. you know the produce is ripe. Then number 2 again, the tendrils and the leaves, as you can see from the screen right now, the tendrils and the leaves around the fruit begins to dry up. Then the portion where the fruit is resting on the ground turns from white color to yellowish color. Then number 4 again, let me add this again. All right, I didn't include this. When you tap the produce with your palm, there's an hollow sound that you get to hear from the produce. All right, now that the fruit is ripe, it is now time for us to begin to harvest. All right, then you harvest and you begin to think of selling. But what we do is that most time before our produce are harvested, we already have in place hordes of ready buyers who are coming to clear the produce for us. There are 3 ways we go about this. Three ways. Either we bring the buyers to the farm to come buy the produce on the farm, or we harvest the produce on the farm, bring the buyers to come and buy the already harvested produce on the farm. So we want to have an idea of what the quantity of this produce are like before selling to them, so we don't get cheated. The 3rd way again is for us to harvest the produce ourselves, already link up with buyers, then transport this produce down to a target market. So these are the ways we use in ensuring that even before we harvest our produce, hordes of buyers are already there to clear off these goods for us. So that is just the steps and strategies that myself, I'm one of my most outstanding students recently, and hundreds of all of my other students around the country and outside the country and in other part of West Africa countries have been taking to get massive results. All right. So I think I will now go over to Mr. Patrick. Mr. Patrick, I don't know if you are still there, Mr. Patrick. Hello, Mr. Patrick.
I'm here.
Mr. Patrick, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Mr. Jerry.
All right. So this is the step.
Okay, I'm here. Nodding my head to to the
like we almost dazed with this seamless method that I just gave out.
Yes, I'm sold. Like I was here just nodding my head to all the things you've been dropping, and I've been just manning the chats, and it's been awesome. But it's all right. I think it sounds simple, which of course it is, but then I know that if anyone follow the step-by-step instruction you just gave, then getting a result is easy. I know that too well. All right. Thank you, Mr. Jerry, for giving us this. Believe me, it's not easy. I will go a couple of questions, and I'll be throwing them to you as we proceed with this training. A couple of questions, wonderful ones. Even the things you didn't talk about that I know that the questions will spike and make you talk about them. I have all of them here, and I'll be training them to you. And if you've dropped your question, just pay rapt attention at this point, because this is the point you need to get exactly answers to your questions. And then, but if at the end of the day we still didn't answer your question, no problem. We can always reach you via email with your answers. All right. Wow. I can see a lot of you are wild already. I never knew this is easy, doing this thing. I mean, doing this watermelon business. Some people think it's something very, very difficult before now. They never knew it's possible to actually do it and still keep your sanity without running mad, without, being dirty or going about and people see you, oh, see, this guy is a farmer, he's dirty and all that. No. Some people never knew it can be possible to do that way. I don't know. How many of you still think it's easy, putting into practice what Jerry has just dropped here? Just let me know at the chat box. Just drop your question at the chat box. If you think it's easy, practicalizing what Jerry has just dropped here, and let me know at the chat box quickly, please. A couple of them. Okay. All right. Okay, good. The thing is, I have to be very factual with you. A lot of us, have already fretting out, and they're probably thinking, can I do this? Because I can see not too many of you are just putting the thing there, putting the something inside the chat there. They are thinking, if it's something they can do, how on earth am I going to do this? Where the hell do I start from? If that is you really, in all honesty, let me know if you are actually thinking of where to start right now. You think, I mean, this whole thing is complex. Where do I go get land? Where do I buy chemicals? How do I go get the tractors? How do I, who do I talk to? I mean, Wouldn't I be turned down? A lot of things going on in your mind. If that is you, let me know. I know a good number would not like to, indicate, but the truth is, these things are possible. All right, you can do them. You just need to tell yourself, I can do this. If Jerry's and many of his students can do this, so why can't I do this? Right now, let me ask you a question, a very serious question. Pay close attention now. How do you love a more close marking on the ground mentoring? I mean, in football, when we were small, they will say, mark this guy, mark him, and stuff. Now, and that means you should be very close to him. You should, make sure he doesn't do something funny that you don't know and all that. So here, I'm putting that to you. How do you love a more close marking on the ground mentoring? This is not something he helps or you'll be hearing us share or shout about everywhere. No, this is like an underground thing, but at the same time, an intense, advanced mentoring going on. How would you like something like that? And this on the ground mentoring would do nothing other than to enable you get more in-depth teaching and some watch over my shoulder experience, getting results or even more than the case studies you've heard us share in the training here. How many of you would want something like that? I mean, if it's okay by you, just let me hear yes in the chat box. Put it in the chat box and let me know that people here actually want to hear from me. All right, awesome. Okay. All right, then if it's not okay, let me know so that we just don't waste time talking about all this. I need to make sure that I'm talking to people who want to actually hear from me, that I'm talking to people who I'm giving them content and value they actually need and that will actually make impact in their life. So if it's not okay by you, let me hear you say no. All right. Okay, actually, we are bringing you a life-changing offer. A life-changing offer. When I say life-changing, it's not just in the world. I mean life-changing, offer that will revolutionize everything about business and watermelon, as a case study for you. I mean, we are bringing you an offer you would always be grateful for. We are bringing you an offer you will always look back and say, "Oh, thank God I went for that offer." All right, a solid offer indeed. And you know what? This is actually going to be the first offer you'll be seeing with a guarantee. What it means is that whatever you are investing in the offer, whatever is taking you to get the offer, we are saying, get this, take that risk if you want to call it that. And then if it doesn't make you get you the result we promise you, no question asked, we will refund you and let you keep whatever offer you've enjoyed so far. How about that? How awesome is that? How many of you would like to have something like that? I mean, giving you an offer and giving you a watertight guarantee to back it up. How many of you? Awesome. Let me see your hands up. I can see. All right. Okay. What is this offer about? That's what's probably going on in your mind right now. Right? What is this offer about? But before I let you know what that offer entails, let me for the last time also let me know if you actually want to hear about this offer. If you don't want me to still go ahead and tell you about the offer, just let me know. We might just forget about it. All right, forget about it. There's no point telling you what I think you do not need. Okay. Because you've given the go ahead to hear this offer, I'm making you a promise, and I know that you'll be thrilled, very, very thrilled. Like you'll be like, "Oh, can't you see how super excited I am? Why are you giving me option of not hearing this offer?" All right. I believe that's how most of you are right now. So in this offer, what's it going to make you? I mean, how's it going to impact your life? How is it going to help you in the watermelon thing here? Or now imagine the offer giving you insane results like this one: not losing sleep over where to get land around you, no racking your head over the type and breed of seed to plant. Like you don't lose sleep over where to get land around you. Not just getting land now. You stay in Lagos, and then you know how easy to get land in Ibadan. That means you have to be traveling from Lagos to Ibadan each time you want to go inspect or look at your farm. That's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about here is that you stay in Benin, you get a land in Benin. You stay in Akungba, Ondo State, you get a land in Akungba, Ondo State. You stay in Lagos, you get a land in Lagos State, and wherever you are, easy and at a very cheap price. I'm talking about 2,500 naira, as at what it is right now. No racking your head over the type and breed of seed to plant, because we tell you the name, we tell you where to get it, we tell you exactly what to go get it. how to put it and all that. So there's no point like, oh, I don't want to take risks. How am I sure if this seed is what I'm actually supposed to plant here? Imagine not having to lose sleep for a sec over how your produce are sold. This is the killer and the most sweetest part of this whole thing. Like you've taken all your time, invested your time, your money and everything on the farm, with bounty produce and all that, but then you don't know how to sell it, and at the end of the day you might end up losing some seeds. All right, imagine not having to lose sleep over this. Imagine getting connected to a ready buying market and creating a buying frenzy even before your seed matures, even before your fruits mature, the watermelon fruit matured. All right. Imagine having the market available, people buzzing your land and say, oh, please, when is it? Please don't forget to call me. I'll be calling you, please, and all that. I mean, once your stuff is down, they just come and grab it to get your money and off you go. How about that? How about an offer making you all these things? Imagine banking up to 1 million to 2.5 million naira from just one planting season. And don't get this wrong. All right. We're talking about maybe a hectare of land. That means because it's a no-touch cutlass or whole strategy here, you can actually replicate that in tenfold. You saw people doing 21 hectares in a planting season. Now, if you're making 1 million to 2.5 million, on the average from 1 hectare, and you can do up to 10 hectares, without really sweating much, without really much going out of you. How cool is that? How cool is that? Awesome, right? Okay, imagine getting the same results like this guy from Akure. This guy is not in Lagos, he's not in Benin, he doesn't live with Jerry. But imagine getting insane and cool result from this guy. Like this guy, all right, that's his farm. This other guy, imagine results like this. This guy is from Afuze in Edo State. Afuze is like 3 hours drive from Benin City. I think I've been there once, so it's not like he's been Benin. And perchance Jerry hasn't seen this guy. He has always been something like a training like this, or even getting some of his online tutorship. Now imagine you getting more than what this guy's got, and then imagine what that can do to you and your result and your produce, and what it can, how it can affect your life. Imagine getting the same result like this guy Obaru, who has 21 hectares of watermelon farm without touching cutlass. And you can see the guy, his hand is on his waist, no cutlass whatsoever. Can you see him, touch any cutlass? No, his boss is giving out instructions, and he could just do this for like 10 minutes and go for, go face his other business or do whatever or chill at home. And then he has 21 hectares of watermelon. Then imagine if 1 hectare is making 1 million to 2 million naira profit at the end of the 70 to 85 day planting period. How much is that? Awesome, right? This same guy Akinuga, I think the guy is somewhere in or your state, right? This is his farm, and he's also excited. Imagine getting great result like Akinde Tosin, who couldn't hide his appreciation and happiness and joy. He had to take pictures of his farm and send to Jerry. Imagine getting results like this guy, even getting better results. All right, these guys got access to something that is not as serious and underground and close as the offer we're going to be bringing you, but they're getting this kind of result. Imagine you getting this offer we're going to be bringing you right now. We'll be talking a bit, and then what do you think would happen to your earning potential, to your productivity? I leave that to you to answer. All right, lots and lots of case studies here. They're really wowing. Okay, then who amongst you, that's my question, who amongst you does not want this kind of result? If you don't want it, let me know. It's okay, I can still stop it now, or maybe you could just X so that we'll talk to people that want it, so that by the time you start getting the results, and then we'll start showing them as guys that have done over 10 million naira, 10, 15, 20 million naira in a planting season. Then you will now come and say, oh, want to learn this? Then we can now tell you, okay, can you pay us 5 million naira for this? And at that point, you will have no choice. So who amongst you does not want this kind of result? Definitely not me. Definitely not anybody, as wise as you that's on this training right now. Okay, with the offer, which we call the 50-man Smart Watermelon Business Mastermind offer. The 50-man there means that it is not for everybody. It's actually limited to the next 50 persons, and we plan to make prove a point with this 50 person, so that it will be said that on a certain date, on a certain date, an online training was held, an offer was made toward the end of the training. The serious ones stayed to the end of the training. They got information about the offer, and then they keyed into the offer. This is the result. Now, these are the 50 persons. All right. Now, if you want us to replicate what we did for these 50 persons earlier, we're going to be charging you times 100 of what we charge them, because we now have wonderful case studies scattered around the country. One of them might even be your neighbor, who knows? So 50-man smart watermelon business mastermind, it is not for everybody, for just the first 50 persons out of the thousands of people who are going to be seeing and who are currently on this call right now, and who are going to be seeing this call in the coming days, the training, the presentation in the coming days. You can also call this offer the Watermelon Millionaire offer, 50-man smart watermelon business mastermind offer, or you call it the Watermelon Millionaire offer. What is in this offer? You want to know. What does it entail? What do I get if I key into this offer right now? You can't wait. Now, I say to you, if you're lucky and fast to join the 50 smart people who are going to be jumping into this offer right now, here is what you're going to be getting. All right. The Watermelon Millionaire offer. First, you get a 30 days access to Mr. Jerry's Insider Watermelon WhatsApp group. This is WhatsApp group attached to his number. All right. You'll be registered into the WhatsApp group for 30 days. And in that 30 days, you do nothing other than interact with other members, ask Jerry questions, listen to his early morning tips, and what I have to tell you, take you through, what he's doing from the first day to the last day, to the 30th day of his farming season. All right, he goes to farm in the morning, he makes a short video. Oh, this is what I did. This is why you shouldn't do it this way. This is the kind of thing you use. I mean, short videos or pictures or sharing it there. And if you're not a member of any group, you cannot get to see what's happening in there. All right, 30 days access to Mr. Jerry's Insider Watermelon Millionaires WhatsApp group. And this group, if you want to get everything Jerry will be teaching you in this group on a good day, you walk up to Jerry and say, Jerry, this is what I want. I want you to give me. Jerry will say, okay, my charge is 120,000 naira for 30 days, so that every day you get a value and a content, something that places you million miles ahead of other watermelon guys, so that you don't get to waste your time or make mistakes or waste money. All right, you just have to bank on the success stories and the good things Jerry has learned about this business, and then boom, you are off like a flying rocket. How cool is that? So that's what you get in the first thing you get if you happen to jump into the Watermelon Millionaire offer. 30 days access to Mr. Jerry's Insider Watermelon WhatsApp group, and this is valued at 120,000 naira if you want to get it outside this offer. All right. But the second thing you get in the offer is his legendary best-selling guide, Watermelon Millionaire Without Touching Cutlass Business Guide. And how do you think this is important? This is important because from time to time, you could just refer to it, right? You could read this book alone and become a watermelon god, small g god now. You could read this book alone and, become very, very good in watermelon, everything watermelon, right? But here, you're also getting this book free of charge if you happen to jump into the Watermelon Millionaire offer right now. And on a good day, this book should be selling for like 10,000 naira or thereabout. But you are getting it free if you become a member of this group. What next in the Water Millionaire offer? How to get lands for as little as 2,500 naira for your agricultural purpose. So long as agriculture, if you want to do watermelon, if you want to do pumpkin, if you want to do whatever, piggery, fishery, so long it has to do with agriculture, Jerry has an insider only on the only people in his insider circle has information on how you can get land for 2,500. That's half what you should get on a good day. 2,500 naira for to get land for your agricultural purposes. So you're going to be getting this guide as well for free if you happen to become a member of the WM Millionaire offer. And this guide on a good day costs 7,500, right? But you're getting it absolutely free of charge. Then the third thing you get is the fourth thing you get as a member of the Watermelon Millionaire offer is the veggie crops without cutlass business breakthrough. All right. I remember when Jerry was learning about this veggie crops thing, he was all over the place. And at the end of the day, he spent so much amount of money, which I know about, and then he learned it. He started putting it into practice, and he said, wow, it is just like a walkover. If you know watermelon, this is just like a walkover. This is something you can do by the side without even feeling any hit, and yet make 500,000 to 1 million naira from just vegetable. All right, don't bother about how to market this vegetable, how to do whatever you need to do in the process. The guide takes you through every steps of the way, because he has done this, he has made the mistakes, he has learned them. So you get this guide free if you become a member of the Watermelon Millionaire Offer Group. All right, the Veggie Crop Without Cutlass Business Breakthrough Guide, and this guide is valued at 7.5. That is, if you are to get it alone, you get it at 7,500 naira. Then the next thing will be how to get cheap seedlings. Not just cheap seedlings. Now there are lots of cheap seedlings out there, but then there are some you plant, you end up wasting all the time, all the effort you put in the farm. You don't want that to happen to you. So Jerry will take you through a guide or guide you through how to get cheap seedlings that are best for you. Seedlings that will help you get 2 times produce you would get on a good day from any other seedlings, right? And he will give you the reasons these seedlings are what you should go for and why you should go for them. So this guide also should cost you over 7,500 naira on a good day. But then if you're getting into the Watermelon Millionaire Offer, you're getting it absolutely free of charge. Altogether, you are getting the 30 days access to Mr. Jerry's Insider Watermelon Business Watermelon Millionaires WhatsApp group that's supposed to be sold at 120,000 naira. That means if you go to him directly, that's what you get it for. You get also Watermelon Millionaire Without Touching Colors 2.0 guide, right? Valued at 10,000 naira. Then you get the how to get lands for 2.5, valued at 7.5. All right. Then you get the veggie crops without Cutlass business guide, how you can add extra 500k to 1 million naira to a business you're already doing. You also get the guide that's supposed to cost you 7.5, and then you get how to get cheap and healthy seedlings for your watermelon, right? Valued at 7.5, and altogether these items here should cost you over 152,000 naira. That means outside this offer, if tomorrow you want to get any of these things from Jerry, you get it at the individual prices, and if you want to get all of them, you'll be paying as high as 152,500 naira. All right, that is actually what Jerry does, what he charges for all these things. But because it's in this offer, because it's a training, we're giving you something very, very awesome. How beautiful is that? If you think that is beautiful, type into me, oh, it is beautiful, into the chat box so that I would know you're actually appreciating what we're doing for you here. All right. I don't think you can beat that, of course. The Watermelon Millionaire offer at 152,000 naira in value. You can't beat that. That means you can't. Who has this worked for? You are wondering, is it just about the money? No. Who has this worked for? Does it really work? Yes, it does. And we've been showing you case studies. This is one guy from Agro. All right. This is another guy from Afuze in Edo State. This is another guy who borrowed 21 hectares of watermelon farms, somewhere in I think somewhere in the southwest. All right, lots and lots of them. These are Kinduga, lots and lots of them. People sending testimonials, appreciations of how watermelon has helped revolutionize their life and all there. All right, this guy says, I'm still planting another hectare. That means he has planted one before. I need more seed. All right, and then he also went ahead to say something like this watermelon business Nakila or something like that. All right, with this offer I have reeled out for you, I think we are now left with 2 options. Yeah, we are left with 2 options here. It's either we just say, okay, go cheap as possible on these 2 offers. Let's make this offer 1,000 naira so that we will get many persons. At the end of the day, you might get into this offer, right? Yeah, but you might not get that value. Jerry might not be gingered enough to give you those 30 days tips, follow-up tips. He might not be gingered enough to do all that, right? Because you did not, he went so low or something, right? So we have 2 options. The first option, go cheap as possible on this offer and try to sell as many as possible, because if you price that 1,000, you might be surprised that more than 20,000 person might get it. But at the end of the day, they get nothing. And we don't want anything to impede with our reputation and integrity that we've built over time. Of course, it wouldn't pump us to really stack up the value. You might end up getting nothing or whack. Then second option would be that require a little higher investment, but in exchange, we can devote more resources to guarantee your success, like we are doing here. Like require a little more investment. This is an investment note, but in exchange, we can devote more resources to guarantee your success, like we are doing here. We have a lot of success stories. Jerry has a lot of success stories. As you can see, Mohammed Fatah, right? Lots and lots of them. All right, what you're gonna get again, 152,000 naira in sweet value. All right, so as if those are not enough, we're not just going to give you that enough. We're going to sweeten this deal really good for you so that you have no option. You hold your mouth and say, what is this? Why is this happening to me right now? I'm going for this and all that. Okay, we're going to throw in an awesome insane bonus. But this bonus, out of the 50% that will be going into this offer, getting this offer, this bonus will only be available for the first 25%. That means if you become the first 25% to get access to this offer right now, boom, you're getting this bonus. And what is this bonus? 5 minutes exit or phone session with Jerry at all costs on us. Jerry will call you for 5 minutes, and when we say 5 minutes, the talk could be sweet, and then it could spoil Jerry to just continue talking. All right, 5 minutes call, like blah, blah, blah. He calls you on phone, you set a date, you choose a date, he calls you on phone, you guys discuss about everything you want to discuss and all that. All right, you ask him questions, maybe within the course of your watermelon business thing, planting and all that. You could just schedule the time. Oh, Mr. Jerry, I got the offer. You're supposed to get a call. Okay, this is the day I want it. All right, you call him, boom. You ask him all the questions. He takes you through what you need to know, and that's it. And on a good day, if you want to get this service from Jerry, it should be like 10,000 naira in value. Like, you have to go first, pay 10,000 naira, and then they give you his time, and then you call him. But right here, he's the one calling you. How awesome is that? If you think it's awesome, let me know at the chat box. All right, so altogether, you enjoy what, 52,000 naira in value of all the bonuses, plus 10,000 naira, the extra awesome bonus. So 152,000 naira in value from all the other content of the offer, then plus 10,000 altogether. Now we're having 162,500 naira in raw sweet value. I mean, I don't know. But then, if all this can do for you is equip you with what helps you readily make steady 4.5 million to 9, even if it's not up to 9 million, let's just say 1.5 million to 4.5 million naira every 80 days from just 1 hectare. I mean, would it worth it? Like, just 1 hectare, you are as lazy as hell. I mean, I'm lazy as well. All right, you're as lazy as hell, and you can only do 1 hectare, and then you're able to make just 2.5 million naira to 4.5 million naira from that 1 hectare, from an investment of less than 80,000 naira. I mean, would it be worth it? If all this offer would do for you is to help you, equip you with the right information to make this amount of money in that space of time, would it be worth it? Considering how much an average banker earns a month, all right, doing all the work, cleaning all themselves and putting everything there, putting in all their time and effort there, the brains and everything. If all this offer does is to help you make an additional up to 4.5 million naira in 5 days, would it worth it? Do you think so? Honestly, all right. If all the offer does is make you finally take the guaranteed decision about quitting your job. A lot of times people come to me, they ask me, oh, I want to quit my job, how do I go about this? Can this business help me? No, I don't tell you to quit your job, because I never told you to take up the job at the first place. So what I do is I just give you my own thing. Like, I teach you what I do, what makes me money. If that's okay by you, when you're making money with it, unless your job is paying you 200K and then you are making a million naira from the side hustle you've learned, do you still need me? Would you still need to ask me that question if I should quit my job? And because I mean, no. So, but what if this offer does is to help you, take that decision swiftly. Oh, after your first planting, second planting, you see the potential, and you say, oh God, I'm not doing this anymore. What if all this offer does is to help you take that decision? Would it be worth it? Would it be worth it? Honestly, if all it does is to make the folks is to make you the envy of folks around you who once thought that you are just wasting your time. Look at this young guy doing agriculture. If all it does is to make them envy, especially those who blindly still believe agriculture is for the poor, would you worth it? For me, this is the most interesting part, because Jerry tells you his story. If he tells his story, they made fun of him and stuff like that. You heard him talk about that a while ago. All right, if what this offer is to prove a point, would it be worth it? What's 7-figure income generating info worth to you? What is 1 hectare of land worth to you? Extra 500K, 700K, 1 million, 200, 2 million, 3 million, 4.5 million. How much is it worth to you? I mean, if you're allowed to choose how much 1 hectare of land is worth to you, all right? And then the info helps you get all these things done. Like, you want it to worth 3 million naira to you, and all the info you're getting in the offer helps you achieve that. How much then would you be ready to pay to get such a life-changing information? If an information guaranteed, information, a guaranteed cash splitting watermelon farming system without touching any cutlass or hoe, plus a surefire way to create a buying frenzy that will see all your produce all gone before you know it. So no fear of losing any of your produce. Oh, what if I suffer do all this hard work, and then at the end of the day, I don't get buyers to buy this stuff. What happens to me? What if there's an information, that can help you take off all those roadblocks, all those fears? How much would you be ready to pay for it? Remember, you're getting 162,500 naira in value worth of content and information here. All right. But then if all this information can help you, do all these things we've been talking about, how much do you think you can pay for it? How much? Honestly. Okay, considering the fact that people even pay Jerry that 162,500 naira plus 10% of their profit to hand this over the same information to them. All right. People from nowhere, Jerry you don't have any relationship with Jerry. Like I've just introduced you to him and stuff. And then you walk up to him, you hear about him maybe from radio or something. Oh, I want you to put me through all these things or give me this material. Oh, 162,500 naira plus 10% of your first profits. How about that? And most times it doesn't even come with a bonus. It doesn't give the extra bonus. Or like it doesn't call you, it doesn't you send an email and get a response maybe in 24 hours or so. But here, I don't know. But then the thing is, people gladly pay Mr. Jerry this amount of money, 162,500 naira plus 10% of their profits. Like if they're making 10 million naira profit, because it's going to be signed, they're making 10 million naira profit, they pay him, 1 million naira. I mean, I don't know. But here we're getting something different. And you know the reason a while ago. Okay, people willingly pay Jerry that amount. His proteges, Osas, Akinuga, Obaro, and hundreds of others probably did. So if you can make up to 1 million to 2.5 million every 85 days from just 1 hectare, would it make sense to pay, to pay for this offer, to pay 162,500 naira one time for this offer, to hand over the guides and the mentorship that will put you through once and for all? Like if you just if you take up the offer right now for, let's say, once you take up the offer once and you're able to make 1 million naira, 2.5 million naira every 85 days from the same information, but then you have to just pay 162,500 naira one time in your life to get this information. I mean, how awesome is that? Who doesn't want something like that? Nobody wants to be continually paying. You just want to get information. And in every ramification, 162,500 naira one-time payment that gives me 1 million naira to 2.5 naira every 85 days is off the board. Like, it's awesome. Then after that, every other thing you make becomes pure fruits. Then you can see now why this offer that I'm bringing you is a good deal, and at 162,500 naira it is. All right, but however, that is what the public pays him. If you're not from this training and you walk up to him, yes, he will charge you. He might even charge you up to 200,000 naira. Who knows? That's the price for the public, not for you. All right, but because you are special, and because you are special, and have shown some keen, strong commitment by watching this training to this point. A lot of people may have backed out of this training, believe me. But because you've shown strong commitment by watching this training to this point, we are letting you come in right now and get started right now for just 10,000 naira. Some people are, but that's the truth. The truth is, it is actually for the first 50 persons, and the first 25% to get on this, get the additional bonus. You get every other thing worth 152,500 naira, but you don't get the additional bonus. That's if you don't join the first 25%. All right. Okay. So the first 25% gets the additional bonus. The first 50, the next 25%, gets just the first, but the first 25% get it all. So I don't know where you want to belong to. So you can get started right now for just 10,000 naira. That's for you. But for the public, it is 162,500. So if you're not from this training, and if you happen to not to be among the 50% is ready to let into the membership, that is your business. You're going to be paying more. But because you're here and because you've watched this far, you just pay 10,000 naira. And if you are fast, if you join the first 25%, you get it at you get extra bonus that I've listed earlier on. So jump to patrickogidi.com/agro agro and get started right now. Or there's a link on this page. A link just popped up on this website right now. This webinar window you're watching. Click on that link and you'll be right into the offer. You can get it anytime, right? Not anytime, sorry, you can get it right now. They can get it right now, and then you can get going and get devouring the content, devouring the guide, and getting support and access to Jerry the way you want it. Remember, to enjoy the extra bonus, you must be among the first 25 persons out of the only 50 that will be grabbing the offer. Get started right now for just 10,000 naira. Go to patrickogidi.com/agro. Now you have two choices. First option is do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. Or second option, pony up this small investment today compared to all the bonuses you get in return and just give it a shot. End result, of course, is if it works for you, great. If not, just ask for your money back and you'll get everything 100%, no question asked. How awesome is that? If you think that's awesome, let me hear at the chat box right now. Okay. The real question is, are you ready for this, or you want to procrastinate? You want to keep procrastinating? I'll leave you to answer that. But what I know is that I've always known two kind of guys in this kind of thing. I always like telling the story, the tale of two guys. The guy on the left is always on suit with good head and all that, looks cool from the outside and stuff. But the guy on the right, is a farmer, proud one. Good. It seems like it doesn't look cool, doesn't look nice and stuff. But the guy on the left has 47 naira in his bank balance, while the guy on the right has 47 million naira in his bank balance. And then when both of these guys are walking on the street, people tend to look at the other guys, but they don't know what is passing through inside. They don't know he's going through hell inside. They don't know that the guy, the agriculture guy, is comfortable. He makes good use of his brain. He doesn't lack money. He has issues. If he has money issues, he solves them. Like, he's happy. His family is happy with him and everything. Why the guy on the left can even go as much as borrowing to make people believe he's what he's not. Now the question is, which of these guys do you want to become? Or would you like to just say, okay, this guy, I go with you? I mean, your answer is as right as mine. Now, if you want to become like the guy on the right, even though if you want to look like the guy on the left and still become, let your bank account be like the guy on the right, let me show you what to do next. Go to patrickogidi.com/agro. Altogether, you enjoy 2,500 naira worth of value if you're coming right now. I mean, like right now. But you pay only 10,000 naira. You get 2,500 naira worth of value and pay only 10,000 naira. However, if you didn't sign up immediately, what happens? You might miss this offer forever, and that's, take our word for it. Or you pay more later. If you have to keep it, available for any longer, you have to pay later. Maybe then we might be charging that 162,500 naira. Or just continue searching and regret later for letting a lifetime opportunity as this slip. It has happened to me a lot of times, and I don't even pray it happens again. So I don't let opportunities like this slip me when I find them. Remember, the bonus for the first 25% who grab this over 5 minutes ask it all phone session with Jerry, all cost on us, and that's 10,000 naira value, and that's only available to you if you are among the first 25 persons to get access right now. And I must warn you, you think this is working for Jerry or for some other person because he's special. No, he's not special. His English is filled with deep Benin accent. Sorry to say, even though mine is also filled with deep Igbo accent. Who cares? That doesn't put food on the table, does it? All right. The picture on the left is what Jerry used to look like. As you can see, that should be turned into a monument and placed somewhere in Benin City and shown kids that sometimes, somehow, somebody wants to look like this. That's what I tell him all the time as a joke, right? That's what he used to look like. Dry. He was doing a 7,000 naira teaching job in Benin. His shoe fired up and all that. Before I challenged him to discover his calling, which is agriculture and watermelon business. Majorly. All right. And then he used to tell me his socks. Okay, his socks are talking to people face to face till date. So it's not about, oh, I can't talk to people, I can't do this one. No, it's not about that. Nobody cares about that, right? He used to talking to people. His socks are talking to people face to face till date. All right. And he once told me or lied that he doesn't love women because of his brokenness. He doesn't love women. But right now, I don't know. I don't want to open his ass in the open here. You know, then he was broke. He used to tell me he doesn't love women, so he's not say, but right now he does. He's nothing spectacular, but can now do 7 figures at will. And if he can do it, you can do better. Believe me. If he himself and hundreds of his students can do this, you can do better. You are special, and we appreciate that, especially because you watched till this point. So come in right now for just 10,000 naira and not the 162,500 naira, which is for the public. Go to patrickogidi.com or click on the link on this table, on this window, somewhere on this window, and you'll be right onto the website where you can, you know, pay immediately and then get access to the members area. No time getting what you need to do. If Jerry and his coaches can do this, you can. So start right now at patrickogidi.com/agro. And this is something that is awesome. I want to just put here. I have to put it towards the end of the event, because I know that a lot of people won't watch to this point. All right. So if you're watching to this point, congratulations. Just raise your hands up. Let's take high five. Boom. Okay, that's good. And it's what I call it, the webinar only ninja bonus, and it's called 50, and it's 50,000 naira valued. What does it entail? The webinar only ninja bonus, you know, is actually available to anybody that orders right now at this webinar. That means if you want to wait till tomorrow or till 3 hours or 4 hours after the webinar or some time after the webinar, then you might miss it. All right, it's a webinar only ninja bonus. That means if you order right now, you're going to get a ninja bonus. How awesome is that? And it's worth 50,000 naira in value. Believe me, this ninja bonus is not just, you can't just use it for the watermelon. Anything you do, if you have a shop along the street, if you have a shop in the market, whatever you do that involves reaching out to people and offering them your service, your skills, or your services, or your products, right? It works for you, and it's worth 50,000 naira. All right, it's going to be coming from me. All right, because that's my core area, and I decided to make it anybody who has watched to this point, who didn't really care about much about the data, to get this, especially if they jump into the offer right now at the webinar. What does this webinar only ninja bonus entail? Oh, I've said it. The bonus is only available to anyone who jumps in before the countdown timer. That's before this webinar. If you look somewhere in the window, you see a countdown timer. So before the countdown timer elapses, if you get in right now, you're getting the webinar only ninja bonus, right? And what does this webinar only ninja bonus entail? It's about how to activate a virtual sales machine that sells your farm produce or anything at all 24 hours on Facebook and elsewhere. And I'll give you an example with somebody who sells vegetable. You know, I once shared this story sometime on the radio in Ibadan, radio station in Ibadan, and it blew the whole town. My phone rang for over 3 months, and they were just calling and calling and calling and calling. Right? You know, a lady was selling vegetables somewhere. He was producing vegetables somewhere in Ikorodu, Lagos, and then he was battling on, you know, do vegetable, we have to transport it to the town somewhere in a market there and sell and all that. Most times it's either he's spending much on transport or he's not meeting up. You know, some of his produce are getting you know, the spoil. So I told him this is what you're gonna do. Luckily for him, he was just he's just a bit, you know, illiterate. He's educated to some point. So I just said, okay, go to Facebook. This is what you need to do that, and then boom, he did that. And then he started running out of vegetable. At a point, he started contracting other local vegetable, farmers, buy from them, and he's selling. And that's the business he does full time. And he does 6 comfortable figures from doing the vegetable. And you know the good news now? The good news right now is that she no longer plant vegetable herself. She's not the middleman between, because she knows how to now bring this business online to run 24 hours and get her phone buzzing and banging from customers, calls from customers asking for vegetable. Now she just searches for vegetable from all these other women planting vegetable around. Early in the morning she gets them, and then the dispatch guy comes pick them, and then boom. But this is possible because she activated a virtual selling machine that sells your farm produce or anything at all. While you even sleep, it's always there selling for you. How cool is that? If you think that is something you want to get, that means you have to jump into this offer right now, and then boom, we'll see how it goes. And if you have to do that, that should be before the webinar elapses, right? Before the countdown timer on this page elapses. If it elapses, you might get other bonuses, you might get other offers or every other thing, but you're not going to get this webinar only ninja bonus. Good. I can see a good number of you jumping already. That's awesome. That's awesome. I think we just move over to the question and answer segment while we wait and hope that you do what is rightful and what should be done. So that's it. I'll leave this here, and I think there should be some countdown. Yeah, while the countdown is running, we can take some questions which I've received over time. I will allow Jerry. Jerry, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Yes, I'll just push in some questions to you so that you can answer them, and then we will call it a day. All right.
All right.
Okay. So you just be brief in the questions. Don't tell too many stories. Just give them a straight answer. But that's actually what everybody wants. All right.
Okay.
Okay. The first question there, I think from Lovely Michaels, he says, do we export the watermelons? No, we do not export watermelon because we've not even finished. We've not even met the needs of Nigerians there, and you are exporting. So that's not in the pipeline. And even though we also look into that, when we start producing 100 hectares a day, a season, right? Okay. What do I require to do the biz? I think Jerry has given you all that. How do you measure the sales value in cash? And how do you package and transport the product to the buyers? I mean, it's very easy. The tools are everywhere online. Just key online and see what everybody is selling averagely, and then make it a little bit cheaper, and pointing people to what people sell and what you're giving them. That's what works for me. All right. Then Andrew Bright Ikeogu says, what's the minimum capital required for a start off? Jerry, I think you should take that.
The minimum capital required is between 60,000 naira to 80,000 naira for 1 hectare. For one hectare.
Come again?
Between 60,000 naira to 80,000 naira for 1 hectare.
All right. Between 60,000 naira to 80,000 naira for 1 hectare. Okay, wonderful. Another question here, a couple of them before we just call it a day. What's the minimum land for a takeoff?
Yeah, 1 hectare, which is about 13 plot to 15 plots of land, depending on such individuals and location.
Depending on the location. Location actually have a very big role to play.
Different location with different land method of land measurement. So averagely between 15 plots of land to between 13 to 15 plots of land, which makes it 1 hectare, a size of a standard football pitch.
Okay. The size of a standard football pitch. Okay, a standard football pitch is actually the 1 hectare we're talking about here.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Another question there is a minute. Must you be educated before going into business?
Of course, you don't need to be educated before going to the business. All the instruction you need is what we are giving to you, and once you have the instruction, you have a strategy, boom, you can go ahead and implement them. You don't need to be educated.
Now let me say something. A governor the other time said you should drop your certificate for farm, and somebody is now asking if you need education. No. So long you can be on this screen and you typed in this question yourself, then you don't need that. You already have what you know, what you need. Like you can read labels on the body of chemicals, and you can read. Basically, I mean, you have it. It's not something you need to go get a degree anywhere for. Obin Nanzekwe, can this watermelon survive in a stone-infected soil?
Stone-infected soil, we don't advise that. At least let it be a land where you have more of moderate soil profile that can support the growth of every other crops. The fact is that what many people don't understand is that the growth of watermelon crops is supported by the same soil that support every other crops, as much as the soil is not flooded.
Okay, that's actually the question. The next question I'm asking there right now. Somebody said, can it survive on a waterlogged soil? But you've just answered that. No, it doesn't survive on a waterlogged soil. Every other soil that supports every other plant, it should survive there, right?
Yes.
Okay. How long does the plant? Let's still from Obin Nanzekwe. How long does the plant stay before maturity?
Between 70 days to 80 days. And the maximum is 90 days. It doesn't even get to 90 days. As from 80 days, you should have harvested all of your produce from the farm.
Wonderful. Then Mr. Bassi says, what kind of soil? Okay, we've answered that. what season and months are the best period for cultivating the watermelon?
We have the early season and we have the late season. The early season is February, March, April, and the late season is August ending to first and second week of September. That's
Awesome.
for those of us in the southern part of Nigeria, which include east, west, and south. But for those in the northern parts, they can still carry out dry season cultivation because of the availability of functional irrigation system over there. But for every other region, majorly 2 seasons, early and late, which is February ending, stroke March and April, and late season, which is August ending to first and second week of September.
All right, good. Ben Champion says, how easy is it to sell your watermelon? As I see many of the sellers in the sun most times. How to get okay, this is where I'll come in. Sorry, you're not going to be on the sun selling. As a matter of fact, you're not selling to the end users, right? You're selling to those guys. You're not even selling to those guys that sell on the street, right? You are selling to the set of persons that that do business with this. They just come with their truck and they pack all of this. So it's not like you're selling. And now what we're going to teach you, especially when you have when you get the webinar only ninja bonus, you're going to be getting access to this, how to activate a virtual sales machine, that help you sell this farm produce. Like, I mean, turn yourself into a hot cake. Oh, is this ready? I'm coming. Then when 10 persons are calling you like that, and then you just go with the person that has the biggest offer. Of course, we need more money, don't we? So you're not selling under the sun, anything. Then Samuel Akin Kumi says, how do we get that size of land to start with? Okay, you've talked about that. Titus Ibrahim says, how imported seed produce, okay, can imported seed produce yield good fruits in Nigeria, or produce good yield in Nigeria, imported?
Yes. Most of the seed that we are using, they are being imported from most European countries like France.
And at the end of the day, also you have to be very careful, because most of these guys, some of them, not everything in them, not everything that says father, so you have to be very careful of the kind of seeds you go. I know that there are some seeds that people should stay off from, right?
They haven't fake seeds in circulation at the moment. They haven't fake seeds, so you have to buy from a trusted seller.
Wonderful. And I think you can lead one into this some of these trusted seller and how to get access to them. Then Tare Layefa Martins, this one name they had me anytime. How much is involved to start the watermelon business? You've answered that. Any marketing plan to sell off the products? Yeah, we've talked about that as well. Abbas Moa says, how much does he invest per 81 days? You've talked about that. Does my guy Osas export the product? No, we've talked about that. Is he a middleman in the whole business? No, Osas is not a middleman. He owns the farm, right? It's not like he's a middleman. It's just that he's using the innovation, the Jerry's innovation, to make sure you don't have anything to do with touching the culture. That's removing those hard parts of agriculture. All right. And Andrew Bright, who says, what other technical facilities requirements needed for the business? I think you've talked on that as well. I think basically all the questions there, we've touched on them. But in any case, if you have anyone, drop them on the comment box. We'll find time to reply to them at the end of the day, or send you an email at the end of the day. Okay. That's wonderful. Thank you for being here today. Jerry, thank you for having
you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
The platform. Okay, and I just hope people should know the right thing and do the right thing. Agriculture is a new blood money. Let me put it that way. And remember, we've thrown a lot of bonuses to you. And then I capped it up with the one I'll be coming from me, the webinar only ninja bonus, valued at 15,000 naira. We're going to be ending the presentation now. And then, I can see a lot of you already jumping in, but it's awesome. Yeah. Jumping. That's wonderful. Yeah. A lot of you trying to jumping in. It's okay. Just do what you should and make sure. We'll make sure from our end, we'll follow up and make sure you get good results. Once again, thank you for being on this call, and hope to have more of you have a good time. Thank you.
All right.